This is J&T's Backyard Bowl.
Hello, and welcome back to J&T's Backyard Bowl. I'm Jay, just your everyday average IT nerd. I'm really sick and tired of the news cycle and how fast it is. It's crazy.
Dude, I hear you there. I'm T. When I'm not working on airplanes for a living, I'm desperately trying to keep up with it because it's rough.
Yeah.
It's so fast.
Everything that we're saying right now is already outdated.
Oh, yeah. You'll be like, oh, that's so 10 minutes ago. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, pretty much. So today we're getting into a lot of the recap of what we got into last week.
It's going to be that way for a while.
Yeah. Thinking about changing the podcast to Mueller Monday. I talked about that on Twitter a little bit.
I saw that tweet. It's fitting because we might just have to do that. That's what this podcast is. It's current events, political spectrum, you know. So.
And right now it's nothing but the Russia probe. And this week we'll be talking about, the unindicted co-conspirator. We'll also be talking a little bit about Cohen's sentencing, also his interview, the AMI deal with the New York prosecutors and what that means with all of that. And also Maria Butina, the whole, Russia spy chick, Black Widow type in real life.
That one's super interesting.
Yeah. And then some new stuff that's, not a recap is the inauguration investigation that's happening. And then we'll get into the whole Democrat Trump meeting at the White House. Mm-hmm. And then we'll polish it up with a nice little tech piece on Google's CEO, Sundar Pichai, his congressional testimony.
That cracked me up.
And
bad.
How embarrassing that was for them, Congress, that is.
Yeah.
With that being said, you ready to bowl?
Let's bowl, man.
Let's.
So, first off, Cohen, the rat that snitched on Trump, as innocent people like to say, the rat.
The rat.
He got sentenced, I think, Monday or Tuesday. He's going to do 3 years. So, he reports to whatever white-collar, cushy jail that he's going to go to in March. And I still think that that's pretty funny that, anybody with money just kind of gets to show up to jail when it's convenient for them. But if you're convicted of anything, or fuck the trial, if you're found at all before you get a trial, you're straight to jail.
Yeah, it's a little interesting. I mean, I wouldn't say it's funny. I would say it's more sad and fucked up, and basically a good statement on power for fucking this country. If you're a rich white guy, you can fucking, oh yeah, I'll report to jail in March. Is that cool with you guys? And everybody's like, oh yeah, sure, that's fine.
We appreciate it. Yeah. We're so glad you're going to be there.
Yeah, thanks for coming to jail.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah. But, he did, according to the Mueller team, he had significant efforts that he contributed to the investigation. It wasn't. They didn't want to give him any more jail time as far as the Mueller team was concerned, because this was a state thing, I think.
Yeah,
to keep away from the whole Trump pardon. I think that's why they went that way.
The Southern District of New York.
Yeah. They're busy. They're super busy.
Probably the busiest court in the land. But he. So within the transcripts of that sentencing, it's outlined he's admitted this is a thing, this isn't fake news, as you hear so often. He acted in coordination with and at Trump's direction. He knew he was breaking the law. Trump knew he was instructing him to break the law. They both knew, they both did it anyway. And Michael Cohen's coming clean now. 3 years is nothing to shrug off. That's a lot of time, but
Yeah, especially when you're as old as him. You know?
Yeah.
That's your twilight years. That's my life of crime is over. You know, like I'm gonna retire in the suburbs and live out my life.
Yeah, just relax and not have all the stress of a crime-ridden life on your shoulders all the time.
And I mean, Cohen is pretty skeevy, and I think we really, really saw that in the interview. You know, with Stephanopoulos.
Yeah.
And I mean, his suit, man.
Dude, he looked and sounded like a good fella.
He really did.
Of the financial sector of a in this case of a campaign, but he just, the way that he came off was, I liked what he was saying. I didn't like how he was saying it. It's really hard to hear that.
I didn't necessarily like what he was saying, because I mean, like, yeah, I mean, he's all coming clean now, but like, I mean, it's been, I mean, like, you look back at his history, the shiesty, like, taxi stuff, and then, you know, the, like, personal injury lawyer, ambulance chaser type stuff, and, like, he worked his way up through, like, you know, Bad Town to, like, get, like, you know, up with President Trump, or, well, at the time, just Trump, you know?
The kind of circles you have to hang out in to meet a guy like Trump, maybe?
I guess so. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, he's so slimy.
He is, dude.
And that's what the Republicans are using now. Like, after they've hung him out to dry and, like, you know, cut all ties and everything like that. And, you know, after he lied to Congress and, you know, campaign finance laws and then other financial shenanigans. I mean, all the shit that he went down for.
Yep.
Which, you know, it's amazing that he only got 3 years, but he must have gave a lot of information. But either way, like, you know, now they're like, oh no, he's a dirty fucking liar. Have you seen him? Have you listened to him? Oh no, he's fucking tricey as fuck.
Oh yeah, they're out there smearing him like crazy. Rudy Giuliani doesn't have anything nice to say about him. Trump's tweeting all kinds of terrible shit about him.
To call him a rat.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what happens when, you know, you give up the crimes that you did, and a part of the organization that does crimes.
Yeah.
You know, usually the criminal organization calls that a rat. Like, you're not helping yourself.
Calling him a rat says everything you need to know about the Trump organization.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't rat on not bad things, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Like, he ratted on our charity work that we were doing for making wells in the Congo.
Yeah, I don't think that's what he ratted about.
Like, that's technically not ratting. I guess at that point it would be boasting about your good deeds.
No, I'm pretty sure that's called PR.
Yeah, PR.
Yeah, that's definitely not being a rat.
Exactly. So Trump's tweet about him being a rat just says everything you need to know. He ratted him out.
Yeah. Well, indicative of all the news this week, I mean, we had oh shit, what did we call it? We coined it here. The Trump tantrum.
Oh, the tantrum.
The tantrum.
That's
yes.
it, yeah.
Yes. So, you know, he went off on Twitter about all that shit, you know, and that's where that whole rat, quote unquote, rat comment came from. You know, he wasn't a rat until he went into the FBI.
Yeah.
And had an interview with them, and they told him all that they knew, and he admitted to everything that he did that was bad.
Well, I can only imagine how that sit down must go, where they lay out the case against you. All right, look, buddy. Sign this plea deal, or we got you for life. Or you can cooperate with us, and we'll get you for a little bit of time. It's not going to be too bad. 3 years. I wouldn't want to spend 3 years in any jail, but 3 years, and then live out your life.
If I'm like, you know, in the twilight years of my life, I think Cohen's like what, 60s?
He's got to be at least mid-50s.
50s, 60s, something like that.
I don't know. I didn't look, but
I don't know exactly what age he is, but like, you know, all the shit that was piled up on there, like, you know, 30 years, get out when you're 80. Like, oh no, thank you. Like, I gotta spend all my Bad Town money. You know,
Yeah.
like I want to use that to like see the world and, you know, spend time with my kids and stuff like that. You know,
at that point, 3 years is especially precious time. You know.
Yeah, 3 years is. I think 3 years was a deal for him.
Yeah, he's probably looking at this like, oh shit, I got off easy.
Dodge a bullet right there. Yeah.
Slap on the wrist. I'll go straight to white collar prison in March, and I'll just ride it out for, probably good behavior in white collar prison. Maybe a year and like 8 months or something.
Yeah.
And he'll be right back out, and hopefully not right back out to Bad Town.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's had enough of Bad Town. But I don't know. I mean, it kind of like, once a crook, always a crook.
Maybe.
But he'll probably do what every single person that's been involved in the whole Trump fiasco that is this administration. And he'll probably write a book. He'll probably do it while he's in white collar prison.
The Cohen memoirs.
Yeah.
We probably will get the Cohen memoirs, the true life and crime of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
If he uses that title now, I want money for it. Damn it.
Oh yeah. But I mean, during that interview, I mean, he dropped some bombshells. I mean, and it's kind of hard because he's a pretty slimy guy. But I mean,
yeah,
that's what Republicans hire. So what do you expect? But he said, well, first off, he's like, I will not be the villain of this story. Sorry, bro.
Little late for that.
Little late for that one. But but the bombshell was, he's like, oh no, Trump knew the payoffs are wrong. And
he copped to it as well.
Yeah, I knew they were wrong too. I did it out of loyalty.
Yeah.
All of this was out of loyalty. He's on book saying I would take a bullet for Trump.
Yeah, he said that. Verbatim. So it's no surprise that he would pull these kind of strings and do these little payoffs and all this shady shit, that he knew was wrong.
And not only that, but this dude, he worked for Trump for 10 years. Mm-hmm. He has a pretty good insight of what goes on in the Trump Tower and the Trump organization. Oh. And he straight up said nothing was done without going through Trump.
That's multiple people within the organization on FBI interview or just on the record at all saying, no, in the Trump world, nothing happens without Donald signing off on it.
Well, yeah, when you market your name like that, when you're so self-absorbed and you're so oh God, what's the word? Fucking.
I don't know the word.
I don't know, just so full of yourself that your entire brand is based off of your name.
Yeah, size 47 font on your buildings.
Yeah, in gold.
All of your buildings in gold.
All in gold.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that everything didn't go through him, or everything did go through him.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that right there, of course, that's a completely different tune that everybody's saying now, at least as far as the administration is concerned. Oh no, we had no idea what was going on with Cohen. I didn't know that it was illegal.
Yeah.
I'm just a fucking unwitting client in all of this.
Yeah. Trump had said, he's a lawyer. He's supposed to know the law. Cohen's coming out saying, I knew the law and I broke it. And I told you that we were going to be breaking it together. And we did that together. So.
Yeah.
He did his job as a lawyer to the best of his criminal ability.
But yeah, it's the Better Call Saul type lawyer,
Exactly. Oh, so analogous to that show.
Yeah.
I've been saying for a while now that all of this crazy shit that's been going on, you couldn't write it better.
Oh,
it's
no.
not that interesting when we boil it down here, and talk about it, but what's actually going on behind the scenes and the things that we don't know yet, once all that comes to light and once this is a full painted picture and we can know and can see everything, you couldn't write it better, man.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Netflix 2 or 3.0 in 20, 30 years when we get it beamed directly into our brain, or just right there on our internet contacts that we have, fucking giant 4K fucking, or 12K at that point in time.
Just think it and you'll know it.
You think, Alexa, play fucking
Donald J. Trump's criminal admittance tapes.
Yeah. Or just the drama spin-off that they make, that's like Breaking Bad or Ozark.
Yeah.
Which I still need to get on the Ozark. You told me that was really good.
It's very good. Very, very good.
So like that, but only just it's the whole entire complex, crazy bullshit that was, the Trump administration.
Once we know the full disclosure mode of what Mueller's doing and the Southern District of New York, all the strings they're pulling and all the pieces fit together, we still wouldn't be able to make it as good as we could make The Sopranos, one of the greatest shows that have ever existed. Because that really goes into why and how and when and where and everything. We'll know a lot of those things, but we won't know it all until we watch the slightly knocked it up, Hollywooded up version of what went down here.
Netflixed it up. Hollywood won't be a thing in 20 years.
It'll just be Netflix. Yeah.
I think there will be something akin to that movie that's coming out, Dick.
Dude, I'm excited for that.
I am too. That looks good.
I didn't even know that was Christian Bale.
You
I
didn't?
had no idea. If they didn't tell me it was Christian Bale, I never would have suspected that was Christian Bale.
Yeah. No, I got you on that.
You could have given me 100 guesses. I would have guessed 100 other actors before Christian Bale.
Right.
But it looks amazing, and supposedly it's very, very good. It's up for a ton of awards and everything, and I really just want to see fictional Dick Cheney shoot someone in the face with a shotgun.
Yeah, I know you do.
Well, a little bit of, if any, a little bit of backstory to that.
Yeah, well, just like actually why he did it. Maybe he just wanted to. Some men like to watch the world burn, and some people like to shoot people in the face with birdshot.
Every now and then, you got to shoot someone with a shotgun in the face.
Yeah,
that's crazy, and it doesn't go without saying that guy apologized to Dick Cheney.
Yeah. I feel like we talked about this already, but
Didn't we?
we might have.
Probably.
I don't know.
One of these days.
Either way, we're getting off track.
We are.
So let's talk about.
This isn't a movie review podcast.
Yeah, no. That'll be coming out later once we get big and we need to do filler. So on the same front, that's not the only one that was making deals or coming out with some pretty big fucking info. During that same interview, Cohen straight up said Trump is the one that basically brokered and initiated the whole deal with AMI. He was just the guy that was in the back end. He was just doing the payments and shit like that.
Right.
And AMI is the company that controls the Inquirer. It's run by David Pecker, which goes in our next topic, the AMI deal with the New York prosecutors.
Yep.
So that one, let's give a little bit of history there. David Pecker, old DP here, he's had a long relationship with Trump,
Oh, yeah.
And the Inquirer has had a kind of a reputation for what they call catch and kill.
Yeah. It's a known practice that they've participated in.
Yeah, basically what they do is they buy the story and they take the, okay, here's the story, and they just put it in the shredder.
Yeah.
And everybody forgets about it. Nobody prints anything on it again.
Yeah, you offer to pay them more money than they value that story, and they'll kill it. Mm-hmm. They'll make sure that story never exists ever.
Yeah. So the AMI deal is specific to the story with McDougal.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's Karen McDougal, I believe.
Yeah, I think it is Karen McDougal, the former Playmate.
Former Playmate. And she's quite attractive.
The other woman besides Stormy Daniels,
yes.
You don't hear nearly as much about, but
yeah, that's very on the DL because she's not gunning for.
Well, she didn't write a book. She's not.
She didn't write a book. She didn't. She hasn't revamped her porn career or anything like that. I think she's trying to stay out of the limelight on that front.
If anything, then that's righteous of her. To just sort of want the truth to come out about these things and not want any profit about it. I'm not saying anything negative about Stormy Daniels or her motives, but Catherine McDougal, or Karen McDougal, I don't know.
Either or.
McDougal, the former Playmate.
Let's just say McDougal.
Yeah, McDougal. It's a different, interesting spin on this whole thing that AMI completely copped to in their plea deal.
Yeah, they did.
To keep them out of the prosecution limbo here.
Yeah, they get immunity for that. We'll tell you anything.
Yeah. What do you want to know? We're just a media company, man.
Yeah.
American Media Incorporated. It's
Yep.
in the name. So whatever you want to know, you tell us, we'll get it. Well, the things we didn't shred.
Yeah.
The things that didn't wind up in the shredder or the furnace, we'll get that for you. So they got immunity, completely admitted to the $150,000 payout. Not that surprising. We knew that this was a thing. It's all but Donald Trump coming out and admitting, hey, yes, I've paid off people that I've had sex with.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm a bad person.
I
You
just go
should know that.
through like 3 channels to do it, so it's okay.
Yeah, I use Cohen, who uses AMI, and it all gets done somehow. Okay? I tell somebody that I don't want it to be a thing, and it gets done.
Yeah.
He hasn't come out and said that. Surprisingly enough, as off the cuff as he is, he hasn't come out and said that. But,
There's still time.
oh, yeah.
There's still time.
You never know. Might be
I gotta
one
say,
tweet
it's
away.
a little weird though. Like, she's a brunette. I always thought his thing was blondes.
Yeah. Very reminiscent of the creepy relationship he has with his daughter.
There
The
you go again.
Super weird relationship. he
Yeah,
has
I mean,
with
it
his
is
daughter.
weird. His
The
comment,
things he said on video are just
yeah, it's weird.
dude,
But
too weird. You're being too weird.
I think he's just a blonde guy.
He
He likes blonde.
definitely is.
But
I could, if I were a hardcore conservative, I could probably look past a lot of his faults and still be like, dude, you got to quit being weird about your daughter. That's super fucked up and super weird.
he hasn't been weird about his daughter in a while though.
It's
Yeah, I mean, there's a billion other things out there that he says, daily. Like, oh yeah, fucking lock up my fucking rivals, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean everything,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, he doesn't have time to be creepy about his daughter. So like,
he's
and that
real
was
busy deflecting all the rest of the actual truly fucked up shit that he's got going on.
no. If he talks to fucking what's his name? Howard Stern again. Oh yeah, well, that'll probably come up again because
Oh, God,
Howard Stern's a creepy old pervert.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course that shit's gonna come up. But that's neither here nor there.
I'd prefer he doesn't talk to I'd prefer he doesn't talk to anyone.
Yeah, I think we all would. But either way, so that's what's going on with the whole AMI deal right now. So and I gotta say, like, with how long old David Pecker has known Trump, they've been thick as thieves. Hanging out at the same table in Badtown.
In Bad Town.
Yeah. This probably wasn't the first or second or third time. Like, this has probably been a standard thing that they do.
Might be getting into the dozens.
Yeah. Who knows?
The things we don't know that we may not ever know.
Yeah, and do we really want to know? Because really, like, all we really care about is, like, when it comes to, like, campaign-wise. Like, dude, I don't need to know about, like, who Trump fucked, like, 5 or 6 years ago or 10 years ago. Like, I don't need to know his whole entire life.
Or 3 wives ago.
Yeah. I don't need to know about that. But, like, let's just face it, this is a standing agreement, and AMI is no longer a part of it. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, it's important because we knew. It's not like these porn star bombshells and this McDougal bombshell or big surprising news. We knew he was a bad person. We knew he had shitty morals and his ethics are shit. We knew all that. So it's goes without saying that he's a bad guy, and conservatives are willing to embrace that in the best way that they can.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, how else are you gonna fucking make abortion illegal?
Right? If that's the train tracks you need to do it, then choo-choo, motherfucker, let's go.
Exactly. So, with this last thread of things, I think let's talk about
Super interesting Russian spy shit.
yeah,
Dude,
Maria Butina.
I said earlier, you couldn't write it better.
No.
Like, the Americans attempted to, but I think once we know everything, it would probably be more interesting on film. Maria Butina, man.
Yeah.
Wow. So, yet another.
She reminds me of the Black Widow a little bit.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Like,
Only not a part of the Avengers, a part of, like, actual, like, undermining American values.
and that's exactly what she did. So, what her plea deal says that she pled guilty to in order to, not spend her life forever behind bars, was failing to register as a foreign agent in conspiracy.
Yeah, conspiring to be a foreign...
Conspiring to...
Conspiring to be a foreign agent.
Yeah.
So...
And she's Russian.
And she had contacts with Russian oligarchs, Russian bankers who had contacts with the government. And yeah, basically, this looks super, super bad for the NRA. This also looks super, super bad for her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Paul Erickson.
Paul Erickson, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big conservative activist, and I didn't really know about him too much, but looking into him, he's got a lot of ties with the whole Trump campaign, and he's super
very Trumpy.
Yeah, he's super Trumpy, and he's super NRA.
Yeah.
And man, NRA is, with this, and then with also the whole what was it, NRA taking a bunch of money from some certain Russians, which technically wasn't illegal.
Yeah.
But as far as optics wise, that doesn't look good for them.
Well, we keep saying this, not illegal, but super unethical, and the worst morals you could think of.
Yeah.
If you knew 100% that Russia gave money to the NRA, I guess you're just assuming at that point that it wasn't the exact same dollar bills that got funneled into your campaign.
Yeah, because they did give $30 million to the Trump campaign.
Yeah, that's the figure that I found out there. So
yeah, and you can't really tie the whole Russia to NRA to Trump campaign. You can't really tie that together quite yet. But I
bet if you knew what Mueller knew, you probably.
You and I can't.
Mueller
might.
You'd be close.
Yeah,
you'd be closer than
sure.
you or I are. It's interesting because. So she was implanted here by her handler in Russia, whose name escapes me at this point, but to make good contacts and back channel communication with organizations not specifically named the NRA, but pro-gun lobbyist organizations. And there's not a whole lot of them.
Well, it was not just pro-gun lobbyist organizations. It was just general conservative organizations.
Yeah.
Conservative lobbyists and conservative organizations. And it makes sense. Because I think there was a big campaign for that. She's probably not the only one.
Within the plea deal, they went so far as to say, big pro-gun lobbyist, I think. So
yeah.
If it's not the NRA, I'd be very, very surprised. If we don't get a statement from the NRA in the coming days or weeks, I'd be very, very surprised. But
the NRA is really, really good at being real mum when it comes to bad things. They usually tend to shut up and pretend nobody exists and oh no, we're just hanging out here, not looking at anything, not saying anything.
We're out here just protecting your Second Amendment rights.
Yeah, we're not gonna say any shit right now for at least 4 weeks. So, but this goes to a kind of a bigger picture though, because you rewind, you get back in the Wayback Machine. You go back to the time of Obama when the whole Crimea thing was going on,
the annexation,
and before that, conservatives have always been really, really hardcore anti-Russia everything.
Oh yeah.
And rightly so, because they're, that's not a good place.
Pretty much.
Putin is a big ass. Yeah. Well, he's not good.
Poison your political enemies. Yeah. Fucking not standing in any way for anything that we as Americans value.
Yeah, have some radioactive tea because I don't like you.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking jail journalists.
Not a free
disappear
state.
People.
Not free elections. Not a free state.
Yeah.
Putin's going to get reelected whenever the hell they hold reelections again. And it's going to be a big old fucking bullshit reelection thing where he gets 97 and 8 other people all share 3%.
Yeah. So. It's funny because those 8 other people, they share 3%, but they also share a jail cell.
a jail cell or a percentage of the poison that gets them to drink.
Jail cell, then poison. You know, they get released and then they die.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's totally still in jail.
Yeah.
Totally.
Who's that hanging on the wall? Oh, don't worry about him.
Don't you worry about the guy hanging on the wall. It's definitely not my political enemy.
Exactly. So there's been this big kind of like, you know, shift over the last like 4 or 6 years or so, where like all of a sudden, you know, these righties, these cons, man, they don't really care too much about Russia.
Dude.
All of a sudden it's just like, you know, like what's the big deal? You know, I don't see what's a big issue here. Like all of a sudden they're like completely fucking quiet on all of it. You know,
they're being real weird about it, and they weren't real weird about it. And you mentioned the time frame here, only maybe 3, 4, 6, 5 years ago. You know,
yeah.
They were, Obama's too soft on Russia. They annexed Crimea, as if they know what Crimea is, or where it is, or how it matters, or why.
Oh, no.
Obama's a giant pussy.
Hey. Like, you gotta give conservatives credit where credit is due. Like, if Obama fucked up on something, which he did on Crimea, he drew a line in the sand, even said that he was drawing a line, and then they crossed it, and they fucking kicked up all the sand, and the sand went everywhere.
That's true.
Because, you know, they're bombing shit and fucking, I mean, like, just fucking rolling over with tanks, you know?
Affecting another sovereign nation? Yeah.
Yeah, and Obama didn't do
Kind of
much.
He did implement sanctions, which goes, you know, as far as you can go without starting to ramp up the war games.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he did as much as he could, but, like, you know, it was a whole lot of talk and not a whole lot of action.
Yeah,
and conservatives were very, very schooled up on every single aspect of all of that.
Yeah,
you're not gonna tell me that a conservative is not gonna know how much fucking, you know, Obama was fucking up on that aspect, and they went to town on that shit. You know, but you know, fast forward to nowadays, like, well, what's the big deal with Russia? We should have good relations with them. You know, like, oh, well, I don't see what the big deal is.
Yeah,
you know,
6 years ago, what a pussy. We should invade him. We should start a war. What a fucking pussy he is. And then now, like, but
Russia's a threat.
So if they have a back channel to Russia that somehow funded the campaign, I don't see why that's a big problem.
Right? Yeah. Wait, what? You don't see
the not free state communist nation wants to affect our political atmosphere.
Hey, they're not commies anymore, man.
Yeah, they're not completely communist anymore, but they're definitely not democratic. So
well, they're definitely not democratic. It's an authoritarian state.
It is, yes. So I don't know. It's interesting in that time span how quickly they've shifted to a more pro-Russia, hating on the FBI as well.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't understand. It's like, you know, we've gone from, like, you know, lauding the FBI to fucking like, oh, fucking FBI. No, it's full of crooks. It's twisted.
Yeah.
Fucking, there's dirty people in there. Because, like, what? Some dude expressed his opinion to his fucking girlfriend?
Oh,
Or
Strzok.
his mistress?
Yeah,
Fucking
Strzok.
Strzok, man. God
Yeah,
damn.
Strzok really fucked that up for everyone. It was immediately dismissed from any investigations regarding that.
Oh, God.
So
Fuck that up for everyone. Now fucking we're fucking implicated in the fucking QAnon conspiracy.
oh shit.
Man.
I'm just saying, his little bullshit trying to get his little mistress game on the side really fucked up the integrity of what still is a reasonable investigation.
Well, of course it's reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the FBI is not only consistent of a bunch of fucking angry Democrats, as Tariff Man likes to say, you know. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, one dude fucking is spouting off his own personal opinions on his fucking phone, and you know, all of a sudden, the entire FBI is corrupt.
Yeah, everyone.
You know? Like,
everyone at the FBI is witch hunting.
yeah,
to
witch hunt. Yeah.
Don't want a conservative in office.
Let's talk about the witch hunt. Seems like a lot of witches are being caught for it being a witch hunt, you know? I mean, we've got how many now? Like,
Dude,
12?
at least a dozen.
Yeah, I think so.
2 of which are going to do time or have done time. Papadopoulos and Cohen.
Yeah.
We still got Gates, Flynn,
Manafort. Don't forget about Manafort.
Yeah,
Manafort's being shicey as fuck.
Don't
man.
think
God
Manafort's not doing time. He's probably going to do significantly more time than Cohen will do. I would guess.
Especially after the fucking shicey shit he's been pulling with the whole I'll do a plea deal. Everything is good, and then going and telling the fucking president,
Yeah.
this is what they got on you.
Yeah. Lie about this, and this, and you'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
Like Trump didn't already know to lie about all this, all the bad shit,
Right.
all the bad town bullshit that he's been up to for fucking 30 years. Like he knew that shit.
Yeah.
Knew exactly what he needed to lie about.
No, it's not about 30 years. It's just from basically when he announced his fucking election, or announced his election bid to now.
You're right. As a president, that's what we care about.
Yeah.
But as a criminal citizen,
well, yeah. There's that.
I'm a little concerned with everything forever.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but it's one of those things where it's like, dude.
I'm sure the statute of limitations
there's
long past for the majority of his
we got to worry about what he was doing while he was running for president, and also maybe while he was also president. That's the shit that we should be worrying about, because that directly affects democracy.
Yeah.
I would like to see, the shicey ass fucker go down for shit that he pulled off in the fucking 90s and the 2000s and all that shit. I'm sure there's a lot of bad shit, there's things about fucking, kicking people out of his towers and his real estate and all that bullshit that I would like to see him go down for, just because hey, yeah, don't be a bad person. But I'm more worried about hey, what are you doing to democracy?
Yeah.
That's my first priority right there.
Definitely, I agree there. Whatever it is that's in your mind that's making you make these decisions this way and that way that directly affect the direction of the country are at the very forefront of what really fucking matters, because if they're not in America's best interest, and I hypothesize they're not, I think they're definitely fucking not. So,
well, Mr. T, I would have to say that that's a good hypothesis, because I don't think any of his shit is in America's best interest.
Yeah,
it hasn't been for a while.
I think he's in the same business he's always been in, and it's personal enrichment. Whether that be through fucking casinos that obviously didn't work, or stakes that obviously didn't work, or a university that didn't fucking work. Whatever it is, name ex-Trump failed adventure.
Yeah.
Here.
I mean, he's got some good shit going. He's really good at golf courses and real estate. But
aside from Trump, though, not aside from Trump.
Yeah,
we have.
That's all we ever talk about is Trump.
I hate it that it has to be the Trump podcast, but it has to be the Trump podcast.
Hey, that's what we got going on right now, man. I mean, come 2020, we might be talking about somebody else, maybe. or we might be shut down because of the Fake News Act.
Yeah, the Fake News Act of 2020.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man.
No. February fucking 1st, 2020.
We're starting to pick up some listeners. We're liking it. We're enjoying recording podcasts, and we're
just getting to our stride, and then we get fucking shut down. And
the FCC just sends us a cease and desist letter.
No, we get sent to the fucking internment camps down there by where all the immigrants are.
Oh man, you're describing a world I don't want to live in.
Yeah, that's a little extreme. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I hope not, because
especially when you have the fucking Pelosi-Schumer showdown with old Tariff Man.
Oh, dude.
Talk
about pushback.
That was some hardcore pushback.
It was.
You can't go wrong there.
Yeah, personally, I was so impressed by Nancy Pelosi's, just her whole personality in there, the way that she handled herself. She gave Trump the opportunity to opt out, to just take the knee, relax. We don't need to do this in front of the press. And he pushed, and they pushed back hard.
They pushed back super hard. And I think after this, I mean, I think it's pretty fucking telling. You don't really see too many news articles anymore, or any sort of like scuttlebutt or rumor or anything like that about Pelosi like not being qualified to have that gavel. Right. I think that whole altercation that they had in the White House, because I mean, you can't really call it anything else. That right there makes her gavel worthy.
If she wasn't already. I think
she was already.
I think she was already too,
but you can't you can't deny that like any sort of detractors could say anything like anything else, like she really fucking.
You're not hard enough on Trump.
Yeah.
No, she proved in that little 8 to 10 minute Oval Office get together. That's what it was. With Chuck Schumer was there too, but she really proved her weight, that she can hold her own to be the Speaker of the House, which she's gonna be here in less than a month now.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting. Well, I know he knows she's coming for him.
Yeah,
so that's great.
One of the main things that they're gonna go for right out the bat is the tax returns.
Oh, how scared is Trump?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that's one of those things that could like be like a gold mine for 2020.
On a scale of I have nothing to hide being a 1, and I'm totally in bed with Vladimir Putin getting pissed on being a 10.
I'm gonna say probably a 8.9.
I was gonna go 8.
8.9. I don't know if it's like full on in bed with Vladimir Putin, but I think we're gonna see that like maybe he's not all he's coming out. He says he is,
Not the most successful, the best businessman, best deal maker, the richest, everything that he claims to be.
Yeah, I think we'll see the truth.
I think that's why he's most worried, that even if somehow he's able to hide any kind of foreign money or foreign contacts that would be a definite impeachment today type thing, it'll still be well known at that point that he's not rich, that he's way more indebted than he is rich, and that all the money he does have is fucking borrowed.
Maybe.
The juice flowing to Putin is probably not a low interest rate. It's not your fucking little, 0.9%. It's, you let me influence the politics of your country %.
Maybe, man. Maybe. I think we'll just see that, like, he's not like the billionaire that everyone says. Yeah. Or that he perpetuates to everyone else, and everyone just believes him.
That's one of the.
I mean, like, how do you spend fucking 2 years in audit? Like, what do you got going on that you need to be under audit for 2 goddamn years?
And that's your reason why you can't release it.
Yeah, like, I can't release it because we're under audit.
No, but you can.
Yeah, there's not a law that says you can't.
You can still release them. Yeah. It's just we'll see why it's under audit, probably.
Yeah.
And you might not want us to see that.
I think that's the key factor.
That's probably the linchpin in the whole fucking thing. Is, hey, it's under audit. They're looking at my Russian contacts right now. So once they finish looking at my Russian contacts, and I might release them then, but I'm probably still not going to, because they'll find out that that's some guilty ass shady shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But back to this meeting, I really have to say, like, Pelosi did a lot. I mean, like, she showed her mettle. But Schumer, man, he hit back hard, and he actually got Trump to straight up own the shutdown.
Dude.
To say, I'd be proud to shut that down.
Proud
to shut it down. Why would you be proud of that? I don't want. Like,
can you imagine Obama saying that? Can you even fathom a world? Fuck, not even Obama, dude.
Any president?
Bush, Clinton, HW, any of them saying they'd be proud to furlough hundreds of thousands of workers and make people work without pay and close things that people use and like. You know, I can't even imagine.
Well, work
world
without pay. I mean, well, nobody's gonna work without pay.
You're going to get paid, but for the moment, you're not getting paid.
Your paychecks are gonna be delayed.
There's gonna be a little issue with the paycheck getting printed. The printer's broken and it's out of toner.
Oh, no.
We don't have the money for more toner right now.
No, the toner's fine. The printer's fine. It's just that, you know, you don't have anything to back it up.
Yeah, Schubert definitely held his weight as well in there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to take anything away from Pelosi.
Oh, no, definitely not. I mean, like, obviously the star was Pelosi, but, like, I mean, I just gotta say, because, like, the Schumer thing kind of, like, transitions us well into the next thing, which is the shutdown coming up in a couple days.
Yeah.
By the time we get this out,
21st.
because once again we're doing this late.
Yeah.
You know,
again, like we always do.
you know, procrastinating the last second, man. Like, we gotta knock that shit off.
If there's something we're good at, it's that.
Yeah.
It's 100% that.
It's procrastinating and talking shit on conservatives.
We're not the only good ones at that, though. If the shutdown's happening December 21st, then Congress and the White House are also good at that.
Yeah, they are professionals at procrastinating. Because, like, let's be honest, like, how tired are you of, like, this 2-week bullshit that we are constantly doing?
I feel like I get paid more often than the government appropriates money for itself to run.
yeah, I know.
I feel that way.
Yeah, like every 2 weeks.
Like, I get a paycheck more often than the government decides how it's going to spend its money and where.
Yeah, I feel the same way. But you know, it's just one of those things, because, like, as it stands right now, the shutdown is December 21st, which means that here in a couple days, people are going to be pretty much off of work, which was kind of like the best time to have a shutdown, really, considering the fact that, like, you know, it's December 21st, like, Christmas is, you know, only a few days after that. Most people are going to be on vacation. The whole reason is for the wall. You know, Trump, or Tariff Man, wants $5 billion for the wall. You know, when Pelosi and Schumer went in there, they straight up said, like, we'll give you $1.6 billion. $1.6 billion. That's a lot of dollars.
Yeah, nothing to
frown
out there. Like,
they said for border security, which means that, like, yes, you can use some of that to, like, you know, do what they've been doing and cover the fucking the walls that are already down there and the fences that are already down there, and just, like, the tear you to shreds fucking barbed wire, the razor wire. You know, you can do that. You know, you can throw up those motion detectors and the seismic sensors that pick up fucking, you know what I mean, like the fucking invisible wall that was talked about back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, because that's basically what we have now. We have these security implementations, and, like, you know, Tariff Man always says, like, oh my God, billions of drugs and rapists and murderers are coming through this country in droves. But also, we're super fucking good on security. Yeah. We do everything right, and people are being shut out. And it's like, well, I mean, if people are being shut out and that's not happening anymore, why do we need a wall?
Yeah, every retort he provides for them not saying, like, let's build a wall today, is support for the wall we already fucking have. Oh, yeah. No, they caught 10 people, and we had to shut it down, you know, for a little while, fire some tear gas out, but we took care of business and it all worked out.
Yeah, just because I put people out there, you know, I sent down the fucking military, and, you know, I allowed fucking ICE to take more money from every other fucking, you know, agency like FEMA, like,
or the EPA.
Sorry, the people that fucking, you know, died from Hurricane Harvey or are suffering, but, like, we took your money so that, you know, brown people didn't get in the country. Yeah. You know, basically all that shit. You know, like, oh yeah, no, we're super good on security. We're the most secure that it's ever been. but we still need a wall.
Yeah.
Like, what? But, like...
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
The wall thing, man.
It's a symbolic thing, really.
It seems to me like that is Trump's campaign promise that he will not back off of. Like there's already a ton of campaign promises, either not yet kept or not kept at all or completely broken. But that's the
well,
one.
I mean, most politicians back up. Don't follow through on all their campaign promises.
Oh yeah, every president that's ever been elected has broken promises that they made on the campaign trail. But this wall thing, just seems like the hill that Trump's willing to die on.
Yeah, it is.
It's like he wants $5 billion. They're not. I don't think they're going to fold. I don't think they're going to give them $5 billion. He stated the last time they had an appropriations bill like this, where it was sign this bill or shut it down, that I'm not doing this again. I will not do it again. I'll do it this time to keep the government running. I'm not doing this again. Schumer put him in a position to, you are the one that wants to shut it down. You said 20 times you want to shut it down. We don't want to shut it down. We're just not giving you $5 billion for a wall.
Yeah.
And
we'll give you $1.6 billion for security.
Yeah.
And you can use some of that on reinforcing the wall that's already down there.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's all on you. And it's all on Republicans at that point in time. Because, as of right now, still lame duck mode. They still have they still have both houses.
Pelosi stated that in the meeting.
Yeah.
You have control. You can get this done. You just can't get this done with the $5 billion price tag added to the already enormous price tag that a bill like this carries.
Exactly.
That's...
Let's hope the government doesn't shut down. But,
I hope it doesn't. If it does, who's to blame?
Well, Republicans, obviously.
Obviously, Republicans.
Yeah,
they always like to play this blame game and name someone. The Schumer shutdown.
Yeah, no, I think Democrats got ahead on that one. First off, you got Trump on live television in front of all of the fucking reporters that were there. Everyone's seen that. I'll be proud to shut down the government.
For some reason, the Fox News camera had a video problem at that point.
They're like, oh,
when
shit.
he's proud to shut down the government, and he'll gladly do it,
Yeah, for some reason, it was just a picture of a cat, doing some cute little thing, playing with a ball of yarn.
Yeah.
For 5 seconds. Oh, we don't know what happened there. Weird.
Technical issues.
Interference. But those Democrats, goddamn socialists,
It boggles my mind because as long as we keep doing this kick the can down the road type of thing that we're doing with appropriations bills that fund the government, we're never going to get away from this blame game that we're playing where, oh no, the Democrats want to shut it down again because they don't care about the
XYZ. Yeah.
Whatever it is that Democrats don't care about or Republicans don't care about. I don't want to hear that bullshit this time. I didn't want to hear this bullshit last time either, or the time before that either.
Yeah, same.
The Republicans had the House and the Senate under the Obama administration, and what did they do to attempt to shut it down? But read Dr. Seuss books on the Senate floor.
Yeah, I think they read, what was it, Green Eggs and Ham?
It was Ted Cruz reading Green Eggs and Ham.
Yeah.
If that's what you've decided that is your thing that you're going to do to make sure that the government doesn't run, is read Dr. Seuss books, I don't see how you can blame anyone else. Find me a Democrat reading books, let alone Dr. Seuss books, just to filibuster things to make sure that the government can't run.
Well, just wait. 2 years is a long time. And there's going to be something that comes up, Trump's going to want something else.
We've got a house in power now, though.
Exactly.
In
they'll
less than
be,
a month, we have a house in power.
They'll be doing the same thing.
They won't go that low.
Really?
Democrats will read Dr. Seuss. Democrats.
No. I think they'll read something else.
They might read Tolkien.
Yeah, and we'll get some Lord of the Rings out there. That's a little bit better.
That'll be interesting.
You might get some actual viewers on C-SPAN.
Maybe. But I don't think they'll pull any kind of nonsense bullshit like that. The same way they fucking held Merrick Garland's nomination. Democrats have never done that and never probably would.
I don't know. I think they're pissed about that. I mean, I know I'm pissed about that. That was a garbage move. You know,
it was
and
pretty shicey.
So like, I mean, I wouldn't blame them for like, oh yeah, we're gonna do the same thing that you did to us. Yeah, we're gonna do that now. You know, I mean, it's a tit for tat thing. I mean, it's one of those things which actually really kind of plays well into our next topic and our last topic for the day, because unfortunately, you know, we're not going to be getting into like our happy-go-lucky, hopeful science piece.
But it's still not as bad as Trumpland.
Yeah.
It's a little better than Trumpland. It's
No.
not a lot better than Trumpland, but it's better in some way.
It's not Trump, so that's good. But you know, it's one of those things. It's a tit for tat, echo chamber type aspect. You know, the whole divisive, you know, culture that we have now. You know, us versus them, Democrats versus Republicans, cons versus libs.
Yeah.
That whole aspect, and you know, nothing portrays this more succinctly than the whole Google's congressional testimony.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
I mean, this thing, oh my God, what a shit show. Holy fuck. Talk about showing your ass. Like, Congress really did. And both Democrats and Republicans, really, to be honest with you.
Well, so Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google,
Yeah.
I didn't know who actually ran Google. I just assumed it was some overlord that we'd never know his name. But this guy came to Capitol Hill, testified in front of Congress. I gotta tell you, nothing is more painful while also hilarious to watch than 60-plus-year-old white guys question a Silicon Valley executive on how the internet works.
Yeah, we've seen this before, you know, most recently with old Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a lot less. It was a lot more creepy.
Well, he's
A lot
cyborg,
less.
basically.
Yeah. He's a creepy dude. But yeah. I mean, I think really Sundar played tech support mostly for the Congress that whole session. That's all he was doing. You know, he did the same thing that I have to do for, like, you know, my dad and my grandma.
Yeah.
Like, they call up and they're like, well, why is my Google's not working?
Yeah, they want to sync their Gmail account to something, and they just can't understand why that's not working.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel for Sundar because, like, Jesus, Steve King, man, he goes into this tirade about how his 7-year-old granddaughter was seeing a picture of him on an ad on her phone, her iPhone,
Yeah.
that said some uncouth things, or that was, you know, that had some words that were very uncouth, you know.
Right.
And you know, it was stating the comments that he's made, because, you know, Steve King's a racist.
Right.
And this was during the campaign, and so yeah, there was a campaign ad that was quoting him being a racist.
And him
And-
saying things that Republicans say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that Steve King says,
Yeah.
which is racist things. And so, you know, I mean, like, this guy, mind you, it's not Stephen King, like the novelist. I mean, it's Steve King, the representative from Iowa.
He's to be admired.
Yeah, Stephen King's, yeah, he's really sad that fucking Steve King got reelected.
I bet he is.
Yeah, he
He's
was
probably
one-
getting all kinds of DMs like,
yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah,
I
like,
hate what you're doing to our country. You're like, dude, what?
I liked your books, but I didn't realize you were such an ass.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not in Congress, I swear.
He's probably flooded with shit like that. Yeah, so
But so he's ranting and raving at Sundar, for his granddaughter getting iPhone ads.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, sir, I gotta say, like, that's a different company.
Yeah. Apple, Google, not the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Newsflash to the 65-year-old conservative.
Yeah,
from Iowa.
Yeah. Yeah. And, he's like, oh, well, no, it was a hand-me-down. It might have been an Android. I don't know. And, Sundar played it well. He was like, well, if you give me the details, like, I might be able to help you out with that. Like, like...
Tech support.
Yeah, just, like, send me the specs. Tell me what you need to do. I'll take care of you later, Grandma.
Did you turn it off?
Yeah, did you turn it off and turn it back on again?
Right.
All right, hit Control-Alt-Delete,
It's always hilarious to watch those guys question Silicon Valley guys, Zuckerberg's or Sundar Pichai guys, because it gives you a good idea of just how out of touch these guys are.
Yeah, for sure. And I gotta say, like, that's why I'm so happy about, like, the young blood that's coming in, the AOCs and everything like that. Like, we've got a lot more younger, more well-informed about tech.
Yeah.
And tech's
People
one of
that
those.
grew up with Google.
Yeah, they grew up with Google.
Yeah, they understand what it is, how it works.
Yeah, yeah, they can tell the difference between an Android and an iPhone.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, while they might not have, like, the full-on experience of everything else that has to do with government and whatnot, but, like, what they do understand is, like, today's issues. And that's something to be hopeful for.
Hell yeah. I completely agree there. It's crazy, man, because these guys, they somehow, I think they think that these giant media companies or these giant search engine Silicon Valley guys, Facebook, Google, Twitter, name a dozen other sites that you can use to find information. They think that maybe they're biased, that maybe they're anti-conservative.
Oh yeah, that's the whole reason why this whole thing was put into place.
That's why he's on Capitol Hill.
Yeah,
it's because they suspect that the algorithms that the tech gurus at Google and all these other companies run.
Yeah,
these algorithms that they write are somehow biased algorithms.
Yeah.
Newsflash: algorithms can't be biased.
Yeah, I know.
They fundamentally discern what they're set there to discern.
Yeah, and the way that what they're there to discern is like, okay, yeah. I mean, like, one of the key things is, like, there was a quote saying there, like, why is it when I type in idiot and I look at images, the top 10 fucking pictures are all Trump?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I mean, I hate to tell you this, Senator, but, like, 58% of the country, is commenting and posting pictures about Trump being an idiot.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how you could explain it to a hardcore conservative like this in a way that they would understand, but you don't want to have, that, whatever your name is, Steve King, for example, from Iowa, or Donald Trump, or Paul Ryan, or Mitch McConnell. You don't want that third word that Google plugs in for you to be idiot or asshole or racist or anything negative. You don't want it to be that. Here's a fucking lesson for you, guy. Don't be that ever, and your name won't be synonymous with that, and you won't have to worry about Google results plugging that in. Because why that does that is because more people are searching for you being an asshole, or an idiot, or a racist.
It's actually very, very democratic in a way.
Yeah, if even 51% of people that use Google type that in, Paul Ryan racist or Paul Ryan asshole, then sorry, the other people that aren't looking for Paul Ryan asshole might get that as like their third result down, because the way the algorithm works, it works on what people want.
Exactly.
It's what people are looking for. And if you're not an asshole or an idiot or a racist, that's probably not going to plug in.
But on that front, like, I mean, you can understand why conservative Republicans are freaking out about this. Because it's like, you know, it's one of those things. They think that, you know, the Silicon Valley elites, quote unquote, are, you know, they're out to get them. You know, like, I mean, could you imagine if, like, you know, fucking old DP over there was running Google? Like, wouldn't you be a little worried? Like,
David Becker, the CEO of the Inquirer, was the CEO of Google.
Yeah, you know,
I'd shit my pants.
You know, you do a search for fucking, you know, Mr. Backyard Bull T, and it comes up, is a fag, or is gay, or sells butthole pics for fucking, you know, free.
Hey, okay, well, I'm only guilty of one of those things.
You know, I mean, like, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, you know, they freak out about that stuff because, like,
they're trying to get ahead of the game, is what it really comes down to.
Yeah,
really. They realize that the tech sector and all of those companies are way ahead, and if they don't put some sort of leash on that soon, there'll never be a positive spin on anything conservatives have to say, because you can't say anything positive about destroying the environment. You can't say anything positive about taking away women's rights. There's certain things you can't say anything positive about, and once you take those things and make them law, you're not going to find ever anything positive about it. And in a democratic nation like what we hope we'll still have after Trump's gone, what we hope we'll still have, there's a big emphasis on hope. I think that was one of the key words in Obama's administration.
Oh, careful. We might not be able to say that for very long.
I know. Hope might be illegal, the way that climate change is like...
Well, I was going to say Obama, but yeah. Both of those terms might be illegal.
Yeah, both, shit.
But really, I think what this comes down to is I think this is just conservatives playing the victim again, you know? I mean, the way that they say that, you know, the quote-unquote libtards are snowflakes, you know?
Libtards, snowflakes.
Who gets more offended about fucking shit? I feel like it's conservatives.
Yeah.
You know, they're throwing up their pitchforks and their torches right now, being like, you know, their tiki torches. Saying like, we're getting kicked off of Google left and right, you know, our search engine, you know, algorithms aren't there. It's like, dude, I'm sorry, but really it just comes down to like more people are like not looking for your crazy fucking theories.
Yeah.
And like, you know, right now, like, you know, conservatives outnumber liberals on the on YouTube, but dude, it's by insane numbers.
That you brought that up. That was actually super surprising to me. I never would have guessed that conservative YouTube channels and the way that the conservatives had decided, mainstream conservatives especially, have decided to use YouTube, have embraced that tech and made it a thing that works for them in a way that's viable.
Yeah.
The numbers, I was like, damn, no way. Because I would think that liberals, being, you know, a little bit more scientifically minded and a little bit more fact embracing, might be the pros at the YouTube, you know, but apparently they're not. And I didn't know that before today.
Yeah, no, it's true, man. Like, I mean, there are way, way, way more conservatives, for more conservative channels and more conservative YouTube, you know, personalities out there, which makes sense why, you know, they're saying like, oh yeah, there's conservative YouTube channels getting shut down way more than fucking liberals. Well, yeah, it's because there's more of you than there are of the liberals.
And people in general just like fact-based argument, maybe.
Well, no, the YouTube's algorithms are a little fucked up when it comes to shutting shit down. Like, I mean, they're shutting down shit that, you know, really shouldn't be. And really what they're trying to do is they're trying to roll out this whole machine learning thing, and it's trying to pick up on like stuff that's like controversial, but not necessarily controversial.
To keep
like,
you watching.
Like, yeah, you know, yeah, and what it does is an echo chamber. That's why you didn't really know about it. because
Yeah.
like that's one of those things. I don't really search for super political shit on my YouTube channel, but I started recently, just because of the podcast and everything like that. And when I first started, everything that was pulling up in my thing was all conservative stuff.
Yeah.
But you were searching for other things, or on the same topic, because like, surprise, we do a podcast together, so we're talking about the same thing and researching the same thing.
Here we are.
And, you were getting nothing but liberal stuff.
Yeah.
So you just automatically assume, like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
I had to just assume that it wasn't biased whatsoever, and that the numbers
Yeah.
were just directly coherent with, sort of the way that American politics works. But it's not that.
Yeah, but see, that's kind of the problem, is like it's modifying the results to better fit what you want to find, but in the same time it's kind of closing you in.
Yeah.
So like
just
a good
narrowing your echo chamber
good-
over and over again. And
Yeah, yeah,
Eventually,
and-
you're
and-
stuck in such a small space that you're not seeing anything ever that might be controversial or some point of view that you might not agree with.
exactly.
That's what it's working towards.
Yeah, pretty
what you're
much.
saying?
But good workaround. I don't know if the iPhone has it because I'm an Android guy.
Ooh.
But on Chrome, what you can do is you can just click the little three dots on the right hand side, open up an incognito mode, and then go to YouTube. You won't be logged in as your account, so you won't get all your preferences or whatnot.
Anonymous mode.
But you'll be on anonymous mode.
I like
So you
that.
can go on there and you can search basically scot-free. So you can find like what actually is out there without that stuff. Same thing with on a computer, you just go into incognito mode.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's blocking the cookies, it's blocking the basically like, your login stuff.
All
'Cause-
the things that track and remember the things
yeah,
you want and like.
because cookies are the key factor there too, because that brings everything in.
Well, shit, the tech companies are hard at work trying to remain diligent while also somehow non-biased, even though their algorithms may or may not be working against them.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see where this goes. I mean, they might have to tweak their algorithms so that, like, when you do a search for things, like, you're not automatically shuffled into a box.
Well, idiot doesn't bring up 10 pictures of Donald Trump right away.
Well, I mean, you can't really change that, but, like, you can change, like, you'll watch a billion fucking liberal videos, but when you search for a topic, it brings up a good mix of both liberal and conservative,
Yeah.
But look, I'm sorry, but like we're stuck with that. If you search for idiot and you look at images, the people, what everybody in the country thinks is an idiot is going to be like the top 10 choices.
What got the most clicks on the idiot image
Yeah,
search?
and it's going to be Trump.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, don't want to show up on that search? Don't be an idiot.
Yeah,
Don't say idiotic things. Don't do idiotic things. Don't look at the sun while the eclipse is going on.
Yeah.
Don't do things like that if you don't want to be considered an idiot.
Don't say bigly.
Don't use words that don't exist.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm tired. It's late. Our fire's dying.
Yeah. Probably can't even hear it now.
No, but thank you for bringing over that wood, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely, buddy.
Even if it was a little soggy.
Yeah. It eventually sort of got there.
It got there. Yeah, it was a hot fire.
I was burning up at the first 15 minutes.
Yeah. But either way, let's wrap this up. We didn't get any DMs or comments or anything like that because apparently you all hate us. And even if you do hate us, please let us know that you hate us, and we'll talk about you in the podcast. You can also yell at us on Twitter. I'm at Backyard Bull Jay.
And at Backyard Bull Teee. We'd love to hear from you.
Oh, most definitely. And you can also reach the podcast just at backyardbull.com.
Yep.
Or we're on Facebook now at JNT's Backyard Bull. Just search for that page and you'll find us. Go and give us a like. You can also reach us at jtbackyardbull@gmail.com. And as of last episode, we actually have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
And while we don't have any like good videos up yet, trust me, I will let you know, because our first video is going to be of T eating his hat. We gotta get him an edible hat though.
I keep hoping you forget about that.
I will never
It's
forget
like
about
episode
that.
1, dude. We're
Yeah.
way down the road here. Damn it.
Yeah. We're on episode 5 now, or 6. This is 6.
This will be 6.
Oh snap!
Right?
But yeah, we'll be starting up that soon. We'll be getting some good content out. You know, some DIY stuff and other stuff. You know, a little less politicky and more backyardy.
Yeah.
You know.
Branch out a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right?
But yeah, I think we're done. Anything else to say there, T?
I don't think there's anything else we could touch on that would be valuable. So, it's been real, buddy.
That it has.